Ba 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 ba. All right, we're going to. That's new, I swear. Okay, density chord practical. Fairly single chord practical. There will be an equation that we've got to fill in. In this case, it's one that you know from maths as well. Density equals mass divided by volume. The most important thing that we've got to do when we're talking about any chord practical is identify the variables and then identify the apparatus. Okay, so as well as the formula. So if you can talk about those 5 things in a physics chord practical question, then you're going to get all the possible marks. In this particular investigation, though, usually we don't worry about independent variable, dependent variable, and control variables. Control variables sometimes, but usually not so much, because all we're doing is using this equation to find the density of different objects. So this is more investigative. This is more exploratory than investigative. In the GCSE question that you had a while ago, you were given a bag, and that bag was full of marbles, and you were given a weighing scales, and on the weighing, and you were given a volumetric flask, and you were asked to find the density of the marbles. How do we do that? First off, we've got to find the mass of the marbles, and we've got to find the volume of the marbles. So, first thing that we could do is we could put our marbles onto our weighing scales, and that would give us the mass of the marbles. Then we could put the marbles into our volumetric flask, and that would give us the volume of the marbles. So let us just say that we had 20 ml of water, and then I put my marbles into the 20 ml of water, and then there was an increase from 20 ml to 40 ml. Oh, look at that, the colour changed. 20 ml to 40 milliliters. What was the volume of the marbles in the bag that I put inside there from 20 milliliters to 40 milliliters? My volume is going to be 20 milliliters. Now, I guess you could if you wanted to take the marbles and then put them into the mass balance there now, but that's going to leave an error. What error would I have? Because I've taken my marbles out of the water and I put them onto a mass balance. Yeah, why? Yeah, exactly. The mass will be too high because it'll be full of water. So you could either dry them off if you wanted to, or you could find the mass first. Let's say that the mass of all those marbles together was, 20 grams. We could now find the volume, we could find the density of this bag of marbles, because I've got 20 grams and the volume of those was 20 milliliters. Because density equals mass divided by volume. Density equals 20 over 20. So that's me saying 1. Alright, so I've now got the density of my marbles. How could I control this? Instead of using a big graduated cylinder, I could use a smaller graduated cylinder. With more grades. With a bigger volumetric flasks. I've got less accuracy because there's a bigger gap between the numbers. That's all you have to know. Yeah, it's done.